How's it going, bros? My name is Desquid, and today we'll be playing Buried, an interactive story. Buried is an interactive story. The plot will change based on the choices you make. The story is broken into 5 chapters. Play straight through or at your own pace. There's no waiting and no pauses. Enjoy and choose wisely. Now, I've heard about this game. I've seen, a little bit about the game, and from what I can tell, it's supposed to be a good game, and I do like a game with a really good story. And I decided, I saw it on Steam for $3, and I decided, I'm gonna get it, and I'll bring you bros along for the ride. So let's just hop right on into it. I open my eyes, and the first thing I want to do is scream. I'm flat on my back and everything seems to hurt. The trees overhead look familiar. It's a clear night sky, almost beautiful, except for the fact that this means I've been out cold at least 6 hours. But there's something wrong. I don't remember what, but something happened, and my head hurts, and a ringing in my ears. Was there an accident? An explosion, I think. I remember Dennis screaming, but after that, I can't remember. As I sit up, I notice that my hard hat has been thrown off. I look around the area, but it's not here. It feels strange to go anywhere without my hard hat, but I've got to find the other members of the crew. They could be in danger. Now, should we search for our hard hat, or forget the hat, search for the crew? I'm going to search for the crew because, in this type of scenario, a hard hat isn't really, main priority. I decide my hat can wait until I figure out what's going on. I get up and take a look around the logging site. I smell something burning and don't hear any engines running. Wait, something isn't right. Was it the bulldozer? Maybe the damn thing overheated for the last time. Maybe the engine finally blew. What a mess. Well, maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. Only one way to find out, I guess. I walk over to the center of the logging site and don't like what I see. Ooh, it's getting interesting. The logging site looks like a bomb was detonated right in the center. I don't know where to start. The one load we had managed to stack on a truck for the day is turned over. The trailer bent and the logs hanging off the back. Where the hell is everyone? My head is killing me, and this ringing in my ears. I can't hear anything. Not birds, not from my footsteps. Nothing. It makes me wonder if I hit my head after my hard hat flew off. I run through a quick mental checklist to make sure my brain is still working. My name is Roger Hastings. I'm 41 years old. The year is 2017. I own a small logging company, and we've been logging in this strip of Kentucky woodland for almost a month now. Okay, so my brain works. That's a relief, but it also makes me feel fearful because something is certainly not right here. I look around the logging site, my mind trying to figure out what has happened. Just about every piece of equipment has been overturned or tilted. Okay, should we look at the debris or look at the truck? I feel like looking at the debris might tell us a little something more about what happened. There are bits of debris everywhere. Where there are fragments of the 5-gallon bucket I keep our work rags in, a loose saw chain, and an overturned gas canister. Had there been an explosion, all of the fuel on the site would have started a fire, but there's no charring, no burning, nothing. I walked through the area where Dennis had been working. From the look of it, he'd been moving slowly. He'd only taken down 4 trees today. His metal lunchbox is open, an indicator that he had been taking an early break. But he's not here. No one is here. Where the hell is everyone? I could try to make a call on my cell phone, but its battery is already running really low. Not that it matters, the reception is crap out here. Okay, so I don't think we need to use the cell phone, because if the reception's crap, then you're probably not going to get a call through anyways, and I'll just waste my battery life. So let's save it for later. Yell out. Hey guys, where is everyone? Tony, Dennis, Frank, Joe. But their names fall flat among the wreckage. I get nothing back other than scaring away a few birds overhead. Might as well start walking and try to find some answers. The highway is almost a mile back through the woods, down the gravel road we used to reach the site. Maybe the crew ran that way for help. But why would they have left me? Were they scared? Out of sorts? Maybe I can catch up to them, but with my truck turned over, it's on its side. It looks like I'll be walking. My God, I can't even remember what I was doing before waking up on my back. Wait, what's that? Underneath the bulldozer. Oh my God, it's a leg. It has to be either Tony or Dennis. The dozer looks unstable, like it might roll some more. Might not be safe to get close, but at the same time, I can't just leave him there. Let's take a look. Hey, I yell. Are you okay? Are you alive? I skip over the stray logs and wrecked equipment to get closer. Seeing the dozer teeter makes me think maybe I should have grabbed my hat. I can see a bit more of the leg. The jeans are soaked in blood. I recognize the work boots. It's clearly Tony. His leg is bent at an impossible angle, nearly crushed flat. The closer I get, the more apparent it becomes that Tony didn't survive. Okay, obviously we should leave the body alone, because if he's under the dozer and it's teetering and it has a chance of falling on me, it's not going to help anyone if I kill myself trying to get him out. He's already dead. There's nothing I can do for him now. I start to back away slowly. In my shock, I stumble back, suddenly tripping over one of the stray logs. I bang my head hard on one of the logs as I fall. Instantly, I can feel a massive lump forming on the back of my head. Damn, why didn't I grab my hard hat? But what hurts more is the realization that Tony is dead. Looking at him, I feel something rising up in my throat, and I don't know if it's a scream or vomit. But I have to push it away. If I lose my cool right now, there are too many questions that will go unanswered. Shit, I can't believe this. Tony, he had 2 boys. He coached his oldest son's baseball team. He was the hardest worker I had and was was one of the most honest and reliable men I knew. This isn't right. I can't stay here. I have to find Dennis, Frank, and Joe. I have to find out what happened here. Alright, so it's starting to get really interesting. But Tony, man. As I walk through the stacks of logs from the last week or so of work, everything feels frozen. This high-pitched sound in my ears, it's terrible. It keeps happening every few seconds and sounds like it's coming from far away. I can't help but wonder, is it my ears or is it something else? The silence out here is creepy, and there's a smell, like the atmosphere after a bad summer storm. I might as well admit it. I'm a little scared. Everyone is missing and it's dead quiet out here. There doesn't even seem to be a breeze or to rustle the leaves and branches. My right knee hurts like hell. My head was hurting so bad before I never even noticed the pain in my knee. I must have heard it during the what? Accident? Or wait, is that Dennis? I see him sitting on the ground, motionless, about 30 feet away. Let's yell out, just in case. Dennis, I yell. Dennis, can you hear me? Dennis lets out a shout like someone waking from a nightmare. He then looks back at me from the ground. Yeah, Roger, I hear you. He hollers back as I head over to him. Dennis is built like a wrestler and has the tough personality to match. But in this moment, he looks disoriented, even a little anxious. Though I'm glad to see him, the fear on his usually confident face is alarming. What the hell happened? What's going on? He asks. Let's see. Honestly, I don't know what happened. So, not gonna lie to him. Missing, Dennis says. Where do you think they went? I'm not sure, I say, but it has me pretty freaked out. Something's not right here. Still sitting on the ground, he looks around the woods as if he is just now understanding the severity of the situation. The equipment has overturned the dozers too, I say, wiping my forehead. You okay? I ask him. Yeah, just shaking up. Me too. This might be the most intimate conversation Dennis and I have ever had. While he and I have always been on good terms, we've never been particularly close. I've always respected him though. Sure, he comes to work a few times looking like he'd been in a bar fight the night before. But I've also seen him do an enthusiastic impression of a dinosaur as he played with Tony's kids while they waited for their dad to finish up his shift. It's then that it hits me. Dennis and Tony were good friends. I'm not sure I want to rat on him with news of Tony's death right now. Not before we know what's going on, but he has a right to know. Should we tell him that Tony's dead? Or should we just not mention it? I think there's a time and a place for everything, so let's not mention it right now. Because we need him at full mental capacity to get out of here. You didn't tell Dennis about Tony's death. It's good to find someone else, I say. I don't think I need to bring up Tony quite yet. The two of them were close, almost like brothers. He'd take it hard. Yeah, he says. Hey, he adds nervously, looking at the ground. Did you see that light? No, I say. What did you see? I don't even know, Roger, he says. It was like this flare of white light. It came right up out of the ground, like an explosion. So there was an explosion, I say. Maybe it was some equipment, or this is no equipment, Dennis interrupts, agitated. This huge ball of light came right out of the damn ground. Okay. Obviously we know what it looks like. It's a ball of light, like a flare. Where did it go? It just shot up into the sky until it was out of sight. When? I'm not sure, he answers, but I had finished about 10 trees for the day and was about to top one. That's when it happened. You're almost done with 10 trees? I asked. Yeah, he says, looking at the ground. You know, I wouldn't want to take a lunch break until I was done. And that's when that light blew up. Why? You don't believe me? I believe him. He saw what he saw. I think to myself, he has no reason to lie about this. My God, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, he says. If I'm being honest, it scares me pretty bad. And if it's all the same to you, I'd like to get the hell out of here. We both stand up and start heading towards the road. It isn't until we start moving that I see Dennis is wounded. His right side is coated in blood, the red seeping through his blue work shirt. There are splatters of it here and there, but also a very large red splotch that makes me worry. We need to ask this because he's a big dude, he's strong, and he's not gonna admit being in pain. So, yeah. I'm not sure, Dennis replies. I must have gotten thrown or hurt somehow from that light. It's then that I notice that this strange ringing noise is still filling the air. Hey, I say, stopping. Do you hear that high-pitched ringing noise every once in a while? Dennis looks scared when I ask him this question. He just nods. I thought it was just me, he says. He looks out of sorts and uncertain. I've never seen him like this before. It's obvious that he's looking for some reassurance. Even though I'm his boss, there's something very unnerving about this. Okay, we don't need to freak him out, so it's probably nothing. Let's be realistic, I tell myself. I might as well try being empathetic. Out here in the middle of these woods, the ringing could be anything. Maybe a car alarm from through the woods or something. Still, even my passive comment seems to have reassured Dennis. He looks a bit calmer, more relaxed. We both start moving forward and don't say another word. Did you try to call Frank? Dennis asked. I know he had his cell on him today. Not yet. Luckily, I still have some battery left. I pull out my phone in my cell and call Frank. Happy I didn't make that call to Dennis earlier. It rings, but he doesn't pick up. But then I hear his phone go off behind the stack of logs. Dennis and I each give each other a look. As the phone goes off to the voicemail, I hang up, and we walk behind the logs to find Frank's phone on the ground abandoned. We look around for Frank, but find nothing, not a single trace. It's then that I notice something really odd, a 10-foot wide hole in the ground right near where the phone was, but there's no stray piles of removed dirt or rocks. It's clean, smoothly dug, cutting into the earth, wide, but only a few meters deep. It looks unnatural, like the ground was just deleted, or no shovels or diggers used. Dennis Dennis walks over to it. This looks like the same kind of hole where I saw the light come from the ground. He muses to himself. I say nothing. My mind is spinning, but I don't know what to think. We need to get out of here, Dennis mutters. At that moment, that ringing noise carries through the forest again, sending a shiver down my spine. Dennis is right. There's something strange going on, and we might not be safe here. But that ringing sound could be a clue to where the rest of the crew went. I'm not sure what to do. Let's go check out the sound. Something's not right, I say. And if there's a mechanical noise like that, you think someone is out here, he asked? Maybe. I think if we at least check it out, they might be able to help. Yeah, you go right ahead, he says with a grin. I'll be here waiting for you. Better hurry, though. Dennis doesn't look like he's in the best shape to be trouncing around the forest, but we need some answers right away, too. I don't know. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave Dennis because I don't want to bring him along and him get hurt just in case, because I think he'll be safer sitting here or waiting or whatever. Okay, I'll go alone, I say. You stay here and try to hang on. I'll try and find anyone. I give Dennis a final look, senses that this could be a big mistake. He's looking at me like he's terrified of me now, making a moan in his throat. I turn away and start moving through the woods quickly. With Dennis all alone, I need to find the crew and get help right away. Every tree out here looks exactly the same. I grew up in the country and can find my way around the forest without much of a problem, but I'm starting to feel a little disoriented. I'm leaning against a tree when I see something that has no business being here. Our logging crew has been out here for 3 weeks, and it seems impossible that we could have missed it. It's a small building, sort of like a mixture of a shack and a bunker. It looks to be made of concrete, but moss, weeds, and plain old erosion also make it look sort of mystical. It looks like something out of a demented version of a medieval fantasy movie. Part of me wants to go back for Dennis. Seeing this entire building in the middle of nowhere makes me yearn for company. It makes me feel like a little kid that is spooked of that old abandoned house at the end of the street. Plus that ringing noise that happens every once in a while, I think is coming from this building. I'm racking my brain trying to remember if I've seen this before, but I haven't. I'm sure of it. It has never been here until now. Is Frank in there? Or Joe? They can't be. But then again, they aren't anywhere out here. Looking inside the building is certainly more appealing than walking through the woods for a mile with an aching knee. I find that I'm a little scared when I take my first few steps towards the building. The first thing I see is a sturdy metal door closed shut. Well, if it's abandoned, there's no use in knocking. That's how you tell all the serial killers are there. I set my feet and get ready to push my way in. After holding my breath, I put my hand on the handle and thrust my shoulder into the door, but I immediately realized that it wasn't necessary. The door opens easily, even though there is a lock that clicks as it opens. After catching myself, I turn to look at the lock. For some reason, it appears to lock from the outside. Is someone trying to keep somebody from leaving? Stretching out in front of me is a small interior to match the outside. The building is totally empty. There's a concrete floor and dingy, featureless walls. There are no windows, giving the place an even more isolated feel. Still, I hear the ringing noise coming from somewhere in here. It's louder now, more prominent. The interior seems confining at first, but a small set of concrete steps leads about 5 feet down, revealing a long corridor. Okay. It's getting a little sketchy now. It's a massive corridor, in fact, like in some kind of building underground. It seems to go on forever. This corridor is quite dark, lit only by emergency lights, spaced every 10 or so feet. I assume I'm now underground because this corridor extends far beyond the limits of the building I entered. I realize that someone might not appreciate finding me here. So let's tiptoe then. I feel like a ghost, like I truly have no business being here. I move slowly, my feet not making a sound. If someone is in here, I want to make sure they don't hear me. I tiptoe forward as softly as I can. Just coming into view at the end of the hallway is another set of concrete stairs leading further down into the depths of the earth. I can still hear the ringing noise every so often, coming from somewhere in here. I look ahead for the concrete stairs, wondering just how far down they go. I approach the stairs, and as I take my first few steps down, I get the sense that I'm crossing some sort of a line here. There may very well be no going back. It's getting creepy. As I head down the stairs, I notice that they look aged. That damn ringing noise is somewhere below, louder than ever. I feel like I'm walking down into a cellar of a haunted house, the light becoming scarce as the stairs take a slight turn. I can feel the temperature drop. As I keep moving down the stairs, my mind seems to lock in on the unknown fate of the rest of my crew. Frank is married, and I've met his wife a few times. A nice woman with a huge laugh. My heart sags a bit when I realize I might never again get to hear him belting out classic rock tunes during lunch break. Joe, well, I don't know too much about him. He's 22 years old and is considering community college. His folks are deadbeats, so he has been providing for himself since the age of 16 or so. Out here in the woods, regardless of their backgrounds or ages, I'm responsible for them, whether frequenting the local bar after a long day or while away from their families on this risky job. I'm responsible for them. Maybe I can still find them and still get to hear Frank singing in the deep baritone voice after a few too many drinks. I slowly stick my foot out in search of the next step. I can't help feeling like a child as a very powerful fear seizes me. I'm expecting a monster to reach out of the darkness, slicing my throat. After what feels like forever, we come to the bottom of the stairs. I'm closer to the source of the ringing noise now. The door sits securely in the wall and looks just as out of place down here as I feel. A sliver of light seeps through, illuminating the area. The door has what looks like a panel with lots of labels and lights. Small embossed print above the panel says Level 1 Entrance Gate, Transport Sector, and there's a button with no label. I inspect the panel. I don't want to push no random button. The panel looks like a diagnostic or alert system of some kind, each label meant to communicate some status. Lockdown engaged, experiment in progress, shutdown engaged. Those all appear to be off, but one of the phrases has a slowly blinking red light next to it. The only powered light on the whole thing. Abnormal entity breach. What the hell? I slowly push the door open and more light pours in as I walk through. As I do, that ringing or beeping or whatever the hell it is gets a little louder. The door closes behind me with a click. At this moment, I can't help but think about Dennis back up on the surface. What is going on up there? Why did that bulldozer turn over? What was it that knocked it over? What is it that knocked us out? I hope I haven't left him in a dangerous situation. I'd been so preoccupied with my own fear that I nearly forgot about the ringing noise. It had become just background noise. I take a few more steps and I can now see where I am. It makes no sense. Yet, another thing that simply seems out of place. The shapes and muted colors of metal are easily to identify, but it just doesn't belong here. End of chapter 1. Alright guys, I'm going to end it here because that's the end of chapter 1. If you liked the video, destroy the like button, subscribe if you already haven't, and leave a comment below if you want to see more of this. And if I get enough likes on this video, I will do more for sure. I will definitely do more. Here are my stats apparently. Respect the dead. You and 30% of players left Tony's body where you found it. Secrets. You and 24% of other players hid Tony's death from Dennis. You and 55% told Dennis you believed his story. You and 75% of players went to investigate the ringing sound. You and 36% of players decided to leave Dennis behind. Okay. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to destroy the like button, subscribe if you already haven't, and I will see you in the next one. Weekends.